Alright, so we are going to try grapevine again. This time we're going to use cherry instead of the walnut that I used. I am going to do a little bit different design, but I did buy some deep pour to hopefully help with the cracks. I'm also going to put it in the vacuum chamber to help pull out any air bubbles and everything. So hopefully she won't be all cracked up. We know how all cracked up went. Well, and hopefully she don't land on the floor either. But so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with design on this, and then we'll get to pouring. I haven't decided what color I'm going to use, but I'll get her figured out. I'm going to put spacers out to the edges of these. Then I'm going to put this one on top of here. Then I'm going to have my grapevine sitting on top of this, and then I'm going to put this bucket in the middle of that, and then I'm going to stick it all into a bucket. That way, first of all, I won't use as much epoxy, and yeah. Well, let me tell you about these. These are alcohol inks that I've gotten at a craft store here in town, and I got these at the same place. They just don't say the names of the color. This one is deep violet, and this one is cherry, and that's a blue. A blue, but it has a little bit of an iridescence to it, so that's part of the reason I wanted to use it. These, the violet and cherry, they're kind of just of a flat color. Let us add just a little more of the purple. Add a little more, because I'm fearing that we're just a little too light, and I'm not going to see any color whenever. That's the rest of that blue. Making a mess all over the place. Get this stick out of the way. Hey. Who's dripping from where? Why you be dripping? Shouldn't have drips. Shouldn't be dripping at all. Well, this is not the best container to be poured out of. Okay, guys, this is where we're at. Got her mounted. I would have preferred to mount her the other way so I could work on whatever I'm gonna put on it, whether it's a tenon or a mortise on this side. Just easier access, but I could not get her lined up right, so flipped her around, put her on this way. She's still got quite a bit of wobble to her, but it is what it is. We'll get her going, see what we can get made, see if we can make it pretty.
right, let's stop and take a look at her. See what she's looking like. Got a ways to go to get those little pieces of wood out of her. Still got quite a bit of epoxy on this side. At least I'm seeing some wood on this side. Well, hopefully I made her thick enough that I can not be too thin, because I know I'm not centered in the middle either. Alright. Okay, well, better get back at it. She ain't gonna get done me looking at her and yammering on. Alright, let's see. Let me see if I screwed up. Alright. Now, I've got a lot more to get off here. Looks like. But, I want to make sure that this line is level. I'm hoping it is. Can't tell. I don't know why that's there. I think I just have to go in a little bit deeper. And I have to go in a little bit deeper over here. Get rid of some of that. Oh, boy, howdy, I'm just tearing this up. And of course I had to put the grain this way and the grain that way, so it's going to be difficult. So, this grapevine's being a little difficult too. Usually I don't have quite as much trouble with it. Alright, so I'm going to sharpen up my bowl gouge and we'll get back at it. Still pretty wonkety. Pretty chunkety up. Let's see. She's a pretty big beastie bowl, but I do think I need to bring this down a considerable amount more. But I want some wood, I think, in between this ring and the bottom of the bowl, I think. Kind of make her a pedestal bowl. Yeah, she's getting there. Let me see if I can do a little more smoothing out. But, let's see. Woohoo! Damn it. See where we're at now. You know, I still see such a vibration to her. Get that off there. So I really need to get her bottom turned around, or get this cleared off and get something, get her on a chuck. Something that I can maybe have a little more stability. Just think that that's why I'm getting all this ruckus stuff going on here. Don't know if I like you like that either. We'll think about it. Anyway, I'm probably gonna have to call it a night. Come back down tomorrow and get back at her. Get that first thing. Make me do it. First thing, I gotta do this. Quit playing with this. Do this. Then you can play with the rest of this. Alright guys, let's get her done. We're doing the bottom. We're gonna get a tenon. Well, I don't know. Haven't decided if it's gonna be a tenon or a mortise. Let me just get this epoxy off the bottom of her. And, yep. Let's get going. I did put some sanding sealer, just some water-based sanding sealer on her to try to maybe stiffen up some of those grapevines a little bit. Okay, let's go. let's get to work. I gotta do a little bit more here and figure out this base better. I want the seeds done.
some sanding sealer on her. I will go on with the poop. Whoa, all onto the floor. You gotta do that when you're videoing. Yep. Knock it off. Yep. Alright. Grid. You best get it done and get it done right. Okay, moving on to the shiny side of things. Moving on to the shiny side of things. You know, I've been struggling with this piece and all the vibration and the bouncing up here. I don't know if it's translated in the camera or not, but trying to figure it out. I'm like, man, is it my lathe? Is my lathe acting up? Is it the chuck? Is it, you know, why am I having trouble with this? And I'm wondering if doesn't have something to do with this band of epoxy right here, sandwiched between two pieces of wood, that maybe with this deep pour epoxy that I've used, it has a lot more give to it, and so maybe there's a lot of flexing going on with that. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping it's not my lathe. I'm hoping that it's not, you know, something else. But I did do a lot of extra sanding and couldn't get clean cuts and struggled with, you know, just getting her center done and everything. So that may be it. I guess I won't know until I put another piece on her. Then the next big thing is, how am I going to turn her around and get her bottom off? Yeah, I'm going to have to give some thought to that. Alright, let's get going with this. See if we can get her a little more shiny. A little more shiny. No, you ain't even. Now, I figure out which one is the center, right? Let's see if this is going to work. Man, I am disappointed. Disappointed. Let's see. That center. A lot better than your friend. Better go that route. Okay, so away we go. I won't get a good clean cut on you either. Huh? Alright, guys. No, quit thinking about it. I know what you're thinking about. Just don't do it. Alright. guys, we're off the lathe. Bottom's done. All fixed up. So let's have a little talk about her. So great thing is deep pour epoxy worked. Don't have any thermal cracking. I don't know if all of you have seen my other it's all cracked up and no place to go but the floor video where I did the grapevines before. That was a hot mess. The few problems that I had with it, I was getting such a vibration with it. I'm not sure if it had to do with this epoxy ring, since it's just 2 pieces of wood with epoxy sandwiched between it, or what was going on with it, but I sure was getting a lot of bounce, so I was having trouble, you know, just getting a good clean cut on her. I do have, you know, a little bit of tear out. I've sanded it. You don't feel it, but you see it right up there. I got kind of a little bit of a few spots in the epoxy. They're not super noticeable. I'm okay. I think I'm okay with them. Well, I guess I gotta be, because they're what's there is there. Color. I am surprised, and I don't know if you guys can see this, and hopefully it'll show up in the picture box later, but you might be able to see it right there. The purple that I was adding into it did not seem to mix real good. The blue seemed to distribute really well in the epoxy, but yeah, I had noticed that a little bit with the coloration on the one it's all cracked up. So I'm gonna have to look at the ink dyes, or the alcohol dyes, I believe is what they are, that I'm using. See if I can get something that's gonna mix a little better. I don't mind it. It just adds another layer of interest. But I was going for a little more of a purple. I've got a blue, pretty much, with some splashes of purple in her. Purpley pink. Another thing that I'm kind of disappointed about, here's my bottom. I had planned on going pretty far up here so we could see the epoxy ring. I wanted to have kind of a daylight, or where you could kind of see through that ring, kind of like up here. Now, I don't know how well that would have worked with the wood sitting on the bottom and there being no daylight coming up from underneath. I don't know. It's just that ring is so much darker and doesn't seem like it quite matches here. I'm not terribly upset with it. It just isn't the same color because of the depth of it. So, you know, all things to think about. Yeah. What do you guys think? I don't know. I kind of dig the little grapevines going through the epoxy. Finally glad I got good results with the deep pour. Definitely probably something I'll use again to make sure that, you know, I do get the results I'm looking for. Tell me what you think. Do you like the grapevines? First time I've worked with the cherry. I kind of like it. She needs a little more dusting on her, but we'll have some good pictures at the end. Consider subscribing, trying to make my channel grow. I share my video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. All those things help me. Have a great weekend. See you next week.